The past week has been about perspectives, practice, and possibilities. I had to ask for someone else's perspective because I know that my lived experiences shape the way I see things, and other people may experience and see things differently. Turns out they also aligned with my way of thinking, but it was good to also hear how they approached it. My tech failed on me at the beginning of a live stream at work. Practice does not always make perfect, apparently, but all good. We made it through. Between random airport buys that have been lifesavers and therapy sessions that have actually really stretched my mind this week, and also just like perspectives from others on me sharing my perspectives. I guess I have realized that some of the big things happen in the smallest shifts, which has been beautiful to I guess witness, but also remember. So this is the weekly unfold. My name is Ramat Tejani, and this is where I share my asks, my lessons, my reminders, and the things that I am grateful for that has shaped my life one week at a time. Let's get into it. It was all about perspective. I am conscious that the way I see things is shaped by how I grew up, the things that I've experienced in life, the people that I'm around, my culture, etc. And so I wanted to get another person's perspective on a situation so that I can have a kind of more rounded view on a situation and maybe not take it so personally. And it was interesting that they also had the same thoughts that I had. So I'm not going crazy, first of all. But more importantly, it's good to have those conversations to just check and challenge ultimately, because sometimes we are in our own kind of like space in our own minds, and we do think things based on the way in which we grew up or the way in which we've experienced things. So it was good to ask for that perspective, because sometimes you need another opinion. Had a tech glitch on a live stream. Super annoying. It was the start of a stream and was clicking through the slides and they just weren't moving. And then the system caught up, and so all the slides started going all the way through. Very annoying. Just goes to prove that practice doesn't always make perfect, but it brings you a lot closer, because I was able to jump to the right slide after some time. Yeah, there's only so much you can do, right, when it comes to doing things live. And in this instance, we made it work, and the presenter was actually quite seamless. I was the event producer in the background, and the presenter was great. And so hopefully people watching didn't really know how much I was crying inside. So yeah, that was my failure, but it could have been worse, especially if we hadn't practiced. So practice makes almost perfect, almost perfect. Go to the events. Even if you're not feeling it, go to the events. I personally haven't been going to a lot of events recently. I've kind of just been realigning with myself and doing more things, on my own. And this past week, two events were happening that I agreed to go to. And I'm so glad that I did. It was good to kind of hear what others are thinking about, especially on different subjects. So one was about the world of marketing and AI, and how AI is having an impact on how we market and how we tell stories and how marketeers are approaching their work. And it was really good to hear how others are doing things. Some things I agreed with, some things I absolutely did not, but I wasn't on stage. I was just in the audience. But it was good to kind of like hear those perspectives. And then the other event was with, yeah, it's a different group, a complete different group. And again, like I could have not gone, and I haven't been to some of those meetings for a while, but it turned out to be really good. And I had a laugh and met some really cool people. So it's just a lesson and a reminder to sometimes step out of your comfort zone and go to the event. If it doesn't work, let it go. Even if it's prescribed by a medical professional. So last week I pulled a muscle in my neck, and when I was in Greece at the time, and when I went to the pharmacist there, they provided me with some painkillers and muscle relaxants, which were super helpful, but also like a topical cream that I could put on top of my neck. And I put it on, and initially I was like, yeah, it feels a bit weird, feels a bit weird. Put it on the second time. I was like, nah, can't do that. It I had an allergic reaction to it. So my neck has like a rash, which is now clearing, to be fair, but also like it peeled some of my skin. It was that, yeah, anywho's. I let it go. I was like, I don't care if it's prescribed. I'm not using it because clearly I'm having a bad effect. It's having a bad effect on me. And now I'm like here slathering shea butter on my neck and being like, please get better, please get better. But yeah, I think it's just important to note that like it's okay to let something go if it's not working for you. Oh, that's my phone going. Great. It's okay to let something go if it's not working for you. I also had a similar situation, or actually online, a different situation in which I was holding on to something and I was waiting for a response for something, and it had me in a chokehold. And eventually I was just like, Ramat, just close the loop on it. Sent the person a message to say, do you know what? Don't worry about it. All good. I'm closing the loop on this. You don't need to come back to me. And I just felt like a weight had been lifted. So we don't always need to wait or leave that door open if you've kind of like put something out there. Let it go. Close the door yourself. It's all okay. The neck pillow that I bought from Boots on my way to the cruise, I had no idea how useful it was going to come in. I essentially have used it as my support system across my neck to sleep, to navigate working from home for the last couple of days last week. It's been fantastic. I don't know what prompted me to get it, and I was just like, I think it was just because the flight was going to be 4 hours, and I thought it's late. It's late. It's early, and I hadn't slept much. I'd like to sleep comfortably, and I'd forgotten that I'd booked a seat which had extra leg room anyway. But I was like, let me try get this neck pillow. I think it was like £10, maybe £12. Best purchase I have made in the last month at least. So yeah, super thankful and grateful for that neck pillow. It's done wonders. I'm still using it to sleep at night just to help support my neck. So yeah, thank you. Therapy sessions. I learned about psychological discretion. And it's not something that I knew anything about or knew had a title, but it's something that I have actively been doing. And so it was good to be able to put like a name to it. And yeah, it really got me thinking. My therapy session last week, I came out being like, yeah, I have a new way of looking at the situation and recognizing that, yeah, I recognize in a few different things. Like, let's not get into it, but I think it's important to learn about ourselves in different ways. And my therapy sessions also always rather help me do that. It's a good kind of mirror to help reflect back some of the things that I'm doing or going through, and being able to find the name of the actions that I'm taking or things that I'm going through. So yeah, it's really good to kind of like learn that it had a name, psychological discretion, and I'm gonna be doing a bit more reading into that and how it shows up in life. The opportunity to speak to others and to share my story, because you sometimes forget just how important your story is for others to hear. I recently, or just before I went on my holiday, I was asked to speak to 200 young people in Camden. And I went to school in Camden for some of my school years, and so I could relate to some of them. But just sharing my story and I was talking about personal branding in an age of AI. And it was so beautiful to come back from my holiday, and I got on LinkedIn and I had so many messages, so many LinkedIn requests and tags where they had taken my advice and actually shared about their experience on LinkedIn, and also had some really heartfelt words about my talk and my presentation. So yeah, I'm just super thankful for the opportunity to be able to speak and to share my story, knowing that sometimes it can help others see themselves in spaces, but also help others see what is possible for them. We are heading into week 40 of 52. Can you imagine? 40. Anywho's, so looking forward to the week ahead. We're coming into the last few days of September and the first few days of October. In October, we focus on opportunities. So I'm really kind of like tapping into the various opportunities that are out there for me, and potentially seeking some that I didn't know could be out there for me. I've got an interesting conversation next week, so we'll see how that transpires. But I think, yeah, there's no holding back when it comes to thinking about what opportunities exist within your current circumstance, but also outside your current circle or spaces or whatever it might be. So yeah, this coming week I'm definitely kind of tapping into opportunities that might exist for me. So yeah, that's it. Thanks as always for tuning in, those of you that are. I say it all the time and I absolutely mean it. Stay out of trouble, unless it's good trouble, in which case, go wild. Until next week. Bye.